Lottie-dottie. Everything out of my way. Gotta look at these monitors. Good morning, everybody. Let's see here. Coffee up there. Rearrange the desk. Throw a good morning out there. Wherever you're at in this big, beautiful blue marble. Let's have a great stream. How's that sound? What do I got up here, Solana? Better jump in this Discord real quick. Have a mutiny on my hands. Let's see. There we go. Doing, 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 doing. There we go. All right. Make sure this. Yes, yep. Stream looks tight. Beautiful. Got it. So then video. Beautiful. Sitting here on Solana. Talked about it hitting $40. Well, you almost got your wish. 39.81 was the high today. We're going to hit the top of that weekly range. We got a top of the monthly down here at the 95.4 Laplace to the downside, about 35.50. That's good stuff right there. Not going to lie. Considering the top of the monthly range is over $35 for Solana. It's on a mission, isn't it? Beautiful. Let's see where BTC's is. Give a little rundown, see where all these ranges are at. Oh, hello, BTC. What just happened, sir? Let's see. Where's the top of that monthly? Oh, it's like 33.6 or something. There you are. Yeah, a little lower than that. Little lower than that, 33.4. Yep, 33.4. Let's see. I mean, hell, BTC hasn't even tested the top of its weekly, let alone top of its monthly. So we got top of the weekly range, about 33.878. I'm not talking about resistance levels like I was just talking about on Solana. I'm just talking about the center, the top side of the center of the weekly range. 33.9 area, top side of the monthly, 33.4. We're going to get a pullback back to these areas? Absolutely, here at some point. Or it leaves it behind for a rainy day. Don't forget about these areas. Crypto could take off. Let's see here. Did Sol, you know what? Let me check something real quick. Cardano's been a long struggle bus. Cardano. Looks like Cardano's tested its monthly. Interesting. We're going to get, is Cardano going to take a little pump? Center, haven't closed a day, or haven't closed the 15-minute candle below the center of the weekly range, and has definitely tested the top of the monthly. Power move. Now you're above the top of the weekly. When the daily opened, rejected off the daily range, right down to the center of the weekly. Yeah, Cardano's probably going to fly back up here to the daily. If it gets up inside the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Got a lot of support down there for Cardano, Sol, and Bitcoin. Although Solana and Bitcoin got a little pullback to do. Let me see something. It's another one that really took off. Atom took off. It's already pulling back. Let's see if Atom tested that big nice run it had, where its monthly's at. Yeah, absolutely. Top of the monthly range right here. So Atom tested. Just for shits and giggles. Yeah, should I look at it? Probably notice I never look at Ethereum because I could care less about it, to be honest. Let's see here. Give me something with a supply cap, and I'll give it a little more thought. But yeah, here it is down here. Already made a run to it, I guess. Didn't get close enough. There she blows right there. Let me see. Is that the top? Yep, it is. So top of the monthly on Ethereum, about 1773, right at the center of the weekly range. Obviously, last couple of days, Ethereum's have been bouncing off the top side of the weekly. Crypto definitely looks like it's got a little pullback coming. I'll show you why. Got Solana up on the main chart. And pretty much high as I want to go. Highest time frame I want to go on Solana. Just there's not enough history. Getting a rejection on the mean right now with some bear div. On the 2-day. Still trending though. Still trending. And it is. Got a little positive correlation too. This could get interesting here. This could get interesting. Now let's work down through here and see. You know what? Let me check the 3-day. I guess that's okay to look at. Not really, man. I don't trust when you don't have enough history. I don't trust the data. Still trending hard on the macro time frame. God, look at this 3-day candle. Solana could, wow, man. Is this thing going to shoot above 40 bucks? If it does, look out. Daily, good Lord. Remember, on the daily, I was literally talking about the hidden bull div that was getting ready to play out. It was on the Z-score and the returns oscillator. Did it pop? Sure did. Right when it crossed that zero mean, it really took off. Look at these three daily candles. Pop, pop, pop. Looking good. Actually, back in the trend. Never really came out. Never really came out. A little bit when the prediction model flipped. But now, let's see. We do got some bear div, right? We got some bear div. Goodness gracious. I mean, back here, from this point and this point, we do have some bear divergence on the daily. See this 4 hour. Yeah, definitely got some bear div. But like again, right when we were looking at that daily hidden bull, I was talking about the 4 hour. All of it's played out. All of it's played out. And we do got some bear div, like I just said. Look at the Z-score. A lot of bear div. The 30 length is almost at the 90% confidence interval too. Still trending. I mean, we're all the way down here on the 4 hour. This thing is still trending. The 90 minute. Bear div on the 90. Still trending. Still trending. Prediction model to the top side. God, you're going to get a bounce here on the zero mean? Go even higher? I mean, finding support on that 9 log MA. It's always a power move. Buyers are in control. Buyers are in control. But that's when the sellers sit back and it creates that divergence between the returns and price action. Interesting here. Especially if we get a 45-minute close up here. Get another rejection off the zero mean on another time frame. God, everything's up though. Everything is up. It's trying to drop back in the trend. Volatility's telling a different story here. This thing could be getting set up here.
The trend is my friend until the end.
The trend is my friend till the end. And we have a trending indicator. Very powerful one indeed. They don't get much better, in my opinion. We got it. The alpha trading. The entropy indicator. Our Swiss Army knife.
Win.
That's right. You win. You win with alpha trading. See here. Jeez Louise. Well, what are you going to do? More hidden bull. Crossing the zero mean right now. This thing could shoot all the way to 40 bucks. I want to see that. I want to see the top side of the weekly get tested. And why do I say that? Yeah, that's right. Charts on Solana. Thought I'd take a peek. On a ETH. Just wanted to see if it was testing some ranges. It's still got its monthly to test as well. But you go over here on Solana. You go up here to the top of the weekly range, a little over 40 bucks, and you get the rejection there. I just showed you all the bear div. This could play out. The one thing that is great, let's look for some influence. So we got 35.55. All right, that's the top of the monthly range. Let's go back over here. 15 minute, no, let's start. Let's check out a 4 hour. It's wave trend out. 33.5. Low. What's the top side of the power mean band? 3150. Gotcha. Roger all that. What's the top side? Pretty much top side of the power mean band. The 9 log MA, right around that area. It's actually pretty bullish, to be honest. This thing comes back and tests the top side of the 4 hour power mean band and bounces from there. Thing is, it'll be about the same low. Boy, if it gets front ran though and sets up more hidden bull, this thing could really pop. Solana's pretty bullish right now. Not gonna lie. There's that 90-minute bear div. Trying to find support on the zero mean though. Jeez Louise. There we go. Right around reverse. That's what I'm looking for, a wave trend right around the top of the monthly. Right here. 90 minutes, first one. Interesting. So if we do get that pull back to the top side of the 4 hour power mean band, probably going to see a test of the wave trend on the 90 minute. Let's see. Reverse wave trend for all those new folks listening. Yeah, happy, what is it, No Shave November? God, I got a good start. Shit's all silver. Silver Fox, what's happening? No, I do not bleach this. It is actually white gray, like an old ghost. Whee! I've had a couple different stressful points in my life that I think aged me. Let's see here. 45, huh? 37.26. What about Fisher? 30 right, pretty much there too. So 45-minute would come down and test the Fisher. There is confluence at the top of that range. Not going to lie, it's there. What's a Fisher down here? Nope, 99 log MA. Yeah, on the 33. A little bit below, but it's right there in that area. Let's see the 15-minute. Bottom of everything. Where's the bottom of the barrel? Yeah, we're not even going to see it. But 15-minute will flip around quick if we start getting pullbacks on those higher time frames. Jeez, what are we doing here? Trying to break loose, man. This thing is trying to break loose. Wow. So, got the RMLRs here. Breaking up man. I looked before the stream, and it was definitely below. This thing has popped back up. You can see where it was. 1 SD to the downside. Got a wick right to it. Expand this a little more so you can see that. There we go. Front runnered a little bit. That is the 4-hour first standard deviation right here. Boop, boop. Almost got there. Thin. Geez. Probably 10 cents or something. Yeah, not even. Yeah, about 10 cents. So let's see here. It's the 4-hour. Pop on this 3-day real quick. Jeez, this thing is just blown out, man. Goodness gracious. And the low length RMLR right back here crossed up the 30. Goodness. After we got a little bit of little mean reversion, right? Found support on the 33 log MA too and just popped. And now you got the RMLRs crossing up. Let's see, are we at the third? We are. I'm telling you what, man, this pullback's getting close. Looky there. So we got the 30 length RMLR, bounce off the 33 power mean from the 2 SD band to the downside, runs up to the 3 SD to the top side, which is on the 3-day. You can see we're almost at the second standard deviation on the 3-day. Wow, powerful. We see the 2-day. Yeah, we just got a new 2-day candle ranging in 68.3 Laplace distribution range, but you're up here above the second standard deviation band as well. Wow, $20. Nah, I don't see that, man. Unless crypto really crashes. Let me see here. 32. Let's see here. 35. Yeah, there's nothing there. See what this bottom. What's a 33 here? 33. What's the RMLR at? There we go. 35. 35.21. That could work. Here we go. Let's see what happens with this 4-hour candle on Solana. Let's just see what happens. 2 hours and 46 minutes. We'll be long gone, but yeah, it's okay. If we do get the pullback, and there is bear div, and those monthly ranges need to be tested. What time is it? 9:13. Okay, now. Okay, come on. There we go. Traditional. Take a peek at Dixie here. Dixie had a nice little pop. See if Dixie's tested its monthly range. Definitely close enough, I'll tell you that. Yeah, Dixie's monthly range is really high up in the data set. 6.6, huh? Top side of the daily, too. I mean, nothing's really been fully tested yet on Dixie. But, I mean, it got, 106, 106.6. Yeah, I mean, definitely close enough. Let's see what happens here throughout the day. Where's the first support up there? 107? A little over 107. 1 SD's up there at 107 point. What's that at? 162. Looks like it's making a run for it, too. Boy, oh boy, Dixie's got some support down here. You do have the center of the weekly below the monthly, though. Dixie can stay up above here this week, populate next week's above the monthly. Look out. Gold. Let's see where gold's is at. Gold dropped down. Gold. And your chance up here. Now you're down below the center of the weekly. I would imagine this monthly range is going to be, because gold definitely ripped. There it is. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. 1960. 1959.16 to be exact. Or to be exact, 1959.2. That's about the second support daily volatility range. Where's the bottom at? Yeah, it's right below the second. Below the first standard deviation. Just sent a wick right into the top side of the 68.3 Laplace, right below the center of the weekly. Weekly range has definitely been tested. That was tested day one. But these monthly ranges, these markets, I would imagine we're going to see Dixie pop here. Dixie pops, everything pulls back, tests their monthly ranges, and we'll go from there. That's what I'm seeing. Hell, you got the first support on the weekly above that top of the monthly. I'm just sitting here asking myself, is it going to happen this week? Remember, these monthly ranges don't have to get tested right away. They do not have to get tested right away. That's why, like right now, at least, let me see here. Be real careful longing anything. Be real careful longing anything until these ranges get tested. That is bear div. Yeah, well, you can see. I mean, the hidden's played out. The returns oscillator turned back down, so the hidden played right into bear. But I'd have to see the data set. I don't even know what you're looking at, man. I don't know what to read here either. You got to give me more information. Tell me what asset you're looking at. Come on, Django. The heck you doing, man?
Oh, you were talking to me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's Solana?
Hold
What
on.
time frame?
Yeah, it's Solana. I don't remember the time frame actually.
Well, that's no help.
No. Oh, okay. It was on the 33 minutes. I see it.
What do you have
Hold
that?
on,
33 minute?
Yeah.
Well, what do you got your returns oscillator set to? What length?
Hold on. 10. Yeah, 10 length.
10? Got it on a 10. Just rando.
Oh.
Bringing in some rando numbers. Let me see what you're talking about here.
Yeah, I don't know why it's 10. I have no idea.
Solana. Okay, what I mean, we're not getting the same read at all. I don't know that doesn't look like a 10. That looks like a much higher. Or you've got we just have a totally different setup. We just have a totally different setup. I don't know if you're I'd have to.
Yeah, it's completely different.
You look like you got a lot of smoothing on too, which I really don't use too much. But yeah, if you're just wanting to know about the divergence, yeah, that was hidden bull on the bottom, right? Boom, and it popped. Probably got a majority of the move if you look on your chart when the returns oscillator crossed back up the zero mean. But then it got shorted there. The returns oscillator turned back down with some bear div. So now, yeah, that's probably what Solana is. What's it at? Almost up there at 40. Probably going to get the pullback. Probably going to get the pullback when it crosses the zero mean, or it bounces there. That's why it's real tricky when it gets around the zero mean. You got to wait for some closes and use a little bit of a workflow to see what's going on lower time frames. See if it is going to play out, right? Volatility comes into play. I mean, hell, the 33 is starting to have an outlier. Look out. We having an outlier.
Yeah, now we have the same settings. Yeah.
Solana is in the higher time frames. It's in a pretty deep trend to the upside though. So.
Oh yeah. We just went through all that. Hell, it's trending on the 3-day, 2-day daily. What you're having an outlier in the 15-minute. This thing's probably getting ready to pop up to the top of that weekly. Let's see here. Especially when there's no div. There's no bear div. I mean, you go all the way back to here. I mean, there's a little bit. There definitely is. Especially if this thing turns back down right here. This thing turns back down. Let's see if this thing can push to 40. I want to get that 40 touched before this thing pulls back. And that's $5 pullback. That doesn't mean go in and get in some over leveraged short, because I don't know if it's going to be a quick move or not. We're going to try to extract as much money out of people as possible here. I got everybody super bullish. Yeah, 1960s right there at the top of that monthly range, Tony Man. think it was a what, 59? If I remember correctly. Yeah, 1959.2. Right there. Top is the old monthly. And considering you're rejecting off the top side of the 68.3, Dixie just pushed. There it went. Over 107 now. I don't think it's going to affect cryptos much. We're about to find out, though, especially if it continues to push. Take one more peek at it. I said 1 SD probably in the cards right now. Let's see what happens when it gets up to the first resistance level, which is pretty wide. I'm gonna lie. 0.4. 0.4 from the top of the daily to the first resistance. Good stuff. Where is the top? I mean, really, when it comes, we got that 4-hour 1 SD, 4-hour 95 Laplace right below the daily. I would imagine, because this has got what, a couple hours? Yeah, hour and 40 minutes. Pretty sure hour and 40. Let's see. Yep, hour and 40 minutes. So it's going to break the 95 Laplace on the 4-hour. I would imagine this thing, if it's gonna break to these higher levels, that it's going to be after this 4-hour close. I would imagine that 4-hour distribution will kick it down, keep it below the daily, and then get a new 4-hour in about right around the time we're going to close this stream. So we might get a little taste of it. We'll run it right to close and see what happens at the 4-hour. Let's see how this progresses though during the rest of this candle. That'll be interesting indeed, man. Interesting indeed. Let me see here. Nope, SPY. There we go. Let me put SPY over here real quick. I want to take a quick peek. Turn off these RMLRs. Come on. There we go. Come on, 4-hour. Good enough. Good enough. There's the beginning right there. What do we got? So the data set we're working with, God, SPY just fell off a cliff there, man. Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of volatility to the downside. Had this nice pull at the beginning of October, right? First 10 days, got up above that 33 log MA, pulled right back. What was the low? What was the low of the month? About 409. 409. Where are we now? 419 pre-market. I mean, we're sitting right there. I'm telling you, I'm thinking center of the monthly. This is a toughie, man. This is a toughie because all this volatility to the downside. But I'm going to say, look at this daily real quick. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I think we're about a point away. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the center of this, probably around 420 and a half. 420 and a half. Now, how big it's going to be, that's another question. We're going to have to let this thing populate. All this volatility. Perfect rejection on the daily, too, on that 33 power mean. Now, let's turn these arm out. What did I say? Yeah, about 4. One more shot here. Yeah, about 420 and a half, man. That's what I'm seeing. Let me check this out. Nope, not there. Wow. Well, those are pretty high. Could be running the RMLRs too. I want to see if these bulls are going to, how much time we got? 5 minutes? Let's see if they push this up another point pre-market. Let's see if they push this up a little bit more. That'd be a lot. That's a lot to ask right now with only 5 minutes left before the market open, but you never know. You never freaking know. You look at this thing closed yesterday. Closed right at the first standard deviation.
Those RMLRs, I mean, they lag to the pricing, right? So those are going to continue to come down too. So on your next candle, it'll
I
probably be
think
a
you
little
got that
bit lower.
backwards. I think price lags to the RMLRs, not the other way around. Those RMLRs aren't lagging at all. I mean, it's literally the mean of log returns, so price action follows them. But I get what you're saying. But I just think it's the other way around. I think the price action's lagging to the RMLR, not the RMLR, and that's a mouthful when you don't have enough coffee.
I'm drinking the coffee right now. So.
Let me get some down. And it's just cold. What the hell's going on? It's only October,
But you
man.
could,
Or I guess November now, huh? November 1st. What am I? Definitely need more coffee. October left us. It's no shave November now. We all gonna grow some beards? Warlord, can you even grow a beard?
Yeah, I shaved mine off actually like 3 days ago, so it's not a bad time for stuff.
Nice. Let me see here. Let me scale this down. But this monthly range, I mean, this is a toughie, man. This is a toughie because in the first 10 days you ripped up, you had some nice volatility to the top side, but then it really spilled out. That's why I switched it from the 4 hour to the daily. Really wanted to get a peek on the daily, and it definitely told me something different. How big the range is going to be. And I saw your post earlier. I could see the top side being up there at about 422. I don't know if it's going to be that tight, though, man. I think it's going to be a little wider, to be honest.
I had the bottom at 422. At 422, right? So I think it'll test that first thing this morning.
The bottom of 422. It's going to depend. These 3 days right here are really pulling that down. Really pulling it down. And then I'm looking, pre-market before this thing where these bulls are trying to push it to. That is the one good thing. It's not like, like crypto, the market's actually still open when you're cruising up to these areas, and you can see it let me turn this on real quick. Actually, let's go over here. To me, turn on. And so what did I say? 420 and a half. Where's that during the weekly? Oh, it's right at that weekly, huh? What is that? First resistance level? See, and here's the problem too. A lot of these weeklies are populated below the monthly. We've seen it on a few different assets.
It'll be a pretty wide.
Let's check
monthly,
MES. Where's MES is at? Yeah, there we go. Where are you? Oh yeah, see below. Just like I said, even MES. Bottom side's right here at about 42.34. Let me throw this over here.
For the record, I didn't even look at the micros or the
Right.
minis. I didn't even look at those. But they should be probably very, very close. So probably 423.
Yeah, man. God, I'm just not seeing that high. I don't know, though. I mean, I've definitely been off. The monthlies are the hardest by far. Where was that at? Let me see here. Side 42.33. 42.33, correct? Yeah. 233. Huh? Pretty much one SD. I mean, it's not like this thing's gonna populate at 423. I just don't think it's gonna. I mean, there's a little bit of a difference. We will shortly see. Well, we got 1 minute. We're about to find out. That's what's great.
What I think what's going to happen today, though, is I think it's going to, wherever that bottom of the monthly is, it'll go up and test that, and then it'll kind of, depends if it gets above it or below it, but I think it's just, this is more of a sideways day for SPY, just given where everything's at, and it's still mean reverting.
I mean, if it takes a lot of this volatility, especially this candle, I mean, that was a pretty big daily candle. I mean, this thing could push up higher than we both even think, although they take a second look at it. That's just going to set people up even worse. The higher this thing is, the oof. Well, let's see. Let's see where it's at.
420.
What did I say? 420 and a half? Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little lower, man. Wow. Come on.
So that's I think
Jesus.
higher would have been a bit more optimistic. Is a more optimistic approach, right? Because my thought process is that it'll just come down some. The more it comes down, the more
421.85.
SPY can get trapped down here too. So
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty damn close. I was in the range. What did I say? 420.5. I was pretty much right in between the bottom and the center. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting week. You got data set right now is in between the two macro ranges. This thing can ping pong around in here all day long. And let's see what's a percentage of the range on this. Where do we got the daily? Daily's down here at the top of the weekly. Center of the daily is right at the top of the weekly. Then bottom side of the 4 hour 68.3, top of the daily. Top of the daily to you. Let's see. What's I doing? Measuring. That's right. Wow, man. Still. You got a monthly range inside a percent. We're not going to get a cool off. We're going to get, these last 2 months of the year, I think could be, dude, I saw somebody had a full Christmas setup in their yard, and these people are just overboard. People drive me nuts. There was literally, I bet, 500 pieces of just crap in their yard. Little freak. You name it. All kinds of different. It's just overload, man. It's like, come on. What are we doing here? And the amount of time it probably took these people to set this shit up. Oh, my God. And hello, 2 months ahead of time. Is that where we're at? Why not just leave it up year round? Shit. I used to know somebody. You leave their Christmas tree up out in Tahoe. They would never even take it down. They take the ornaments and stuff off, but they just leave the tree up. Pretty funny. Then every year, we just gotta ornament up the tree. Yeah, crazy.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah. So we got a nice range today. And so now we're gonna look for some confluence here in SPY. So 420. Of course, the bottom of the new monthly in November is right at 420. Gotta love it. It's actually 420.03. Wow. Awesome. That means your celebration today.
Another coincidence.
Your celebration today at 420. Oh, maybe it's 3 tokes. 3 tokes. And you're good. Damn, it's kind of like DMT. Gotta get that third one down. It's kind of hard though when your freaking arms are snakes or whatever the hell. Cartoon land. Straight cartoon land. Don't mind me. Just reminiscing. What? How do I switch on these dotted bands? You don't want what are you talking about now, Django? You want the dots. The dots are your current you want them on bands instead. All you got to do is go in the settings, man. Change them from dots to line. Change them from dots to line.
RMLR, I don't have the dots set. I can't find it.
Well, look in the settings. They're there. Go into
display.
Yeah, exactly.
They're definitely.
Walk them through it, boys.
Send screenshots and chat. I'll help you out.
Yeah, exactly. It's simple, man. It's there. Like you said, it's not in it'll be let's see. Good Lord, son. It'll actually be in you know what though? I'm pretty sure the way you've got it set up. Let's see. Time range, normal bands. Yeah, it's not. It's in style. All you gotta do is go to style. Look, see all the dots? You gotta change them to line now. Change them to line. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, correct way.
I like the dots though, because that's the way I got my chart set up. I don't want. That's why over here I've got it on line. All right, here's Laplace distribution. It's the dev bands though, but yeah. But over here, I like them on dots because then I turn on the RMLR. It's not as confusing as it could possibly be. There'd just be more lines. I want to see where all the deviation bands in the RMLR is at. God, that's a mouthful for me this morning.
It is, eh?
RMLR. Yeah, crazy
RMLR.
BTC. What's he doing? Taking a little rip. Wouldn't be a bit surprised. Want some. These monthly ranges though, man. Jesus. Yeah, almost popped 35. Saw that coming. Another thing pulled back real quick, huh? Let's take a peek here. See what this thing is doing. Hello. Nice. What did it get to? 35, 170. Tell you, man, this ain't going nowhere. I mean, it's going to test this monthly range. You're going to get set up. Be careful, all you longs out there. Be real careful. If you're trying to get liquidated, today's a good day.
Yeah.
Today's a real good
I
day.
will say, at 35250, that is my macro range for like pumps for Bitcoin to go break previous highs. So if it holds about $35,250 across most exchanges, plus minus $40, that is the macro pivot on my charts to tell me zoom out, go play the 1 month. She's sending it to the moon. So the fact that we're like $75 around that region, it is a serious pivot to me. Like I would be very upset if Bitcoin can literally get about 35,250 and I wasn't holding it. Then I really messed up. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, and it almost just got there. I mean, it almost got to 200. But look what it just did. 4 hour. Jesus. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got above the 3 SD. 99.7 Laplace right there. Almost hit it within a buck, like $2, $3. Came slamming down real fast. Well, that's the probabilities. There's the algos for you. And where do they run it? Right back to the bottom side of the 68.3. So you're wick to wick, 99.7 Laplace on the 4 hour, right back down to the bottom side of the daily, 68.3. Now, did that just get people set up for this nice little pullback? We are going to get here at some point. We're talking it's $1,100 below. If you're out there using leverage right now and you're in a position, boy, oh boy. Tisk, tisk. Yeah. Let this play out. Let this play out for sure. I'm looking at the chat on TV. I mean, we trade low time frame volatility. So there's definitely trades to the downside in the cards. But as far as this is why we try to tell people every day, cryptocurrency should not be swing traded. In my opinion, it's way too much volatility. The profits are on the low time frames where there's a reason why algos don't swing trade. There is a reason. They are making a ton of profit. All these little moves. People wonder why this thing's going up and down like it does. The algos are running it, man. They're taking their profits real quick too. Real fast. Faster than what we even talk about. Let's see.
And I spent a little bit of time this weekend building those correlation charts, correlating assets to each other. Bitcoin is kind of a mixed bag, so that might be a liquidity
Let me see something here.
dump might be a liquidity safe haven if the market dumps. It looks like it's losing correlation to like the S&P 500. So on the micro, but the macro it's still correlating. So it's getting there. It's losing correlation.
Yeah.
So if the market dumps, BTC could be seen as more of a safe haven, right? So
yeah. And what I'm looking at right now, BTC, Sol, and gold, right? We got monthly ranges that need to be tested. I'm going to go through it one more time. Solana, $35.56. Right in that range right there. BTC is at 33,400 is the top of the monthly range. Gold, pretty sure, we just went through it, 1960. There's definitely some shorts to be had in gold, man. I'm telling you, man, this thing's going to pull back. This thing is going to pull back. There's a reason why we use this information. There it is right there, that red cross line. That baby needs tested. 1959. Before any, I'm not saying gold's not going to bust up above 2K. It probably moved all-time highs. It's looking pretty bullish. So was Bitcoin. So was Solana. So are a lot of assets looking bullish. Look at the dollar. Jesus, dollar up over 107. Already tested, right? Let me see one more time. Close enough. We already talked about this. Yeah, dollar's starting to take off. That range, top of the monthly, is like right here. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. And that's the thing. Considering how bullish some of these assets are, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see them get front ran too. You never have to fully test. You get close enough, especially if it's really bullish or bearish. If you're to the downside, it can get front run from the downside. Look at the support. Look at the dollar though. Dollar's got a lot of support, man. Really does. But a lot of things do. But you just saw SPY. SPY is in a nice little trap right now.
And if I'm reading my volatility right, there is going to be a big move on SPY today at some point. When exactly, I'm not sure. On multiple time frames from the 90 on down, volatility is absolutely crushed. So spike up in volatility is going to go one way or the other in a big move.
I think it's going to be the downside, to be honest. I mean, because this monthly range is, I mean, just pre-market. And that's what when I was looking at it, I was like, it's right at it. I was like, the data set pre-market's pretty much right at the range. Now, whether or not it was going to be at the center or the bottom, doesn't really matter. I mean, I predicted it was going to be at 420.5, like right here at that weekly resistance level. So I was right in there. Let me see here. Because this weekly, being in between these ranges like this, these things are I mean, it's getting pulled. It's getting pulled. Tight daily range. Let me see something here.
Since you're talking about an upside move, I think just playing on the probabilities for an upside move is just to get above the weekly, you have to clear the 4-hour second standard deviation, which is, low probability to begin with, right? Then to do that, then get above not only daily resistance, then the monthly resistance, then you're trapped inside the monthly. To bust outside of that, it's probably just not going to happen.
Man,
it's more likely to the downside.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden bear on the 4-hour. What's his daily look like now that this thing opened up? A lot of hidden bull, man, or a lot of hidden bear, hidden on the Z-score too. Couple stabs on both, but you've got the 30 length bouncing out of the deep pit of the confidence intervals down here, 99%. It's been struggling to even get past the mean here, the Z-score of the Laplace distribution, heading back in a random walk too. This move, these last 3 daily candles, all random. Heading back into a random walk. Volatility contracting a little different in the 4-hour. 4-hour crushed. Kind of ebbing flowing into the top side. Boy, oh boy, this is a little toughie here, man. Let's go down through here.
Look at arming bands, right? So it's going to either make a move to that reverse wave trend or bust back down below that 9 long MA.
What was this? The center again? 421. What's the top? Almost 424. 423.7. Is that wave trend at 425.65? I don't like that. Is this at the 90-minute wave trend? Goodness. Below the zero mean. Z-scores are down, heading into trend. Boy, man, I can't believe this prediction model. If you see this 90-minute candle close below the 68.3, let's say below 418. You see this first 90-minute candle close below 418. It's probably, we'll see a little pullback here. What was the top of that weekly? Let's see here real quick again. 417. 417. A little low there. That's a 90-minute. Jesus.
I think you'd have to blow through the dailies too, won't you? Not looking quite at
drop down through
SPY's BRE, but You have to blow through the middle, top, middle, and bottom of the daily to reach that middle of the weekly.
Pretty much the 45 minute wave trend. It's like top of the weekly range. I can't lie though, man, this thing could pop right up here. 421.5. Isn't that the center? That's the center of the monthly, I think. Pretty close. Pretty close. SPY is the toughest one right now. It's in between these ranges. I mean, that is no fun. Here's the top of the weekly at 417. Bottom of the monthly 420. You got a 3-point range right here. 3-point range. I'm telling you, a lot of support right here. Daily range, top of the weekly. A lot of resistance up here. The first resistance on the weekly and the bottom of the monthly. This thing's in between a rock and a hard place. For sure. See, we're talking about mean, but then, you look to the top side. That's on a daily, though. I have to bring it down a little bit. Let me see. Where's the 30 at on the daily? Whoops. I have to leave that on. 420.7. 20.7.
And you're looking at the oscillator, all of the oscillators to the top side, right? So you're not going to cross the zero mean except for the 3-day, right? So it's you're not going to get a big explosion in price to the upside. So if it actually starts to spill downwards, right, that oscillator is going to come back down and go down from the top side. I think it's at the top of the 1-day band, right? So I think it's kind of petering out. That's why I said initially I think today's sideways day than anything. I know there's a big move coming, but it just feels like this is one of those sideways days.
Yeah, because there's the 4-hour volatility crushed on the low length, and the other two are standing up here. I don't know if it is a 4-hour. Let's see if we got some. What's the 90 volatility? Pretty low, man. 981 and the 525 are real low. See the 45, pretty low. Pretty low. 2400's even under 30. About the 33 minute, real low. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd go with that sideways. I don't know. This thing could move. The volatility's low. Volatility is low.
Really sideways too, though.
It's a 15 minute. Let's check it out.
Volatility's been going sideways for I think a day now too on some of the lower the medium time frames, like the 90 and 45 minute. It's been going sideways for a day or two.
15 minute even.
Just feels like it's sitting around waiting for something to happen.
Volatility. Tracting. 981 contracting positive, 2400's a negative, expansion on the low length positive. Man, this thing's moving, man. It's going to shoot up here, test this monthly first. Can it close some 15 minute candles inside this monthly range? About to find out. Got the 4-hour 1SD right above it, right inside that weekly resistance level. 1SD, bam. Is that the first? Yeah, second resistance level. Second resistance level on the daily. You're at the first right now.
So here's what I'm thinking is that it goes up and it tests this monthly. Now what it does, whether it goes above or below, and that's going to be your move, right? So if it gets rejected, volatility is going to crank up, and that will just dump out. If not, it gets above it, it'll probably go up and test the middle of the monthly, and then probably reject there just because of the distributions, and then it'll probably ping pong inside the monthly. I think those are the two scenarios.
All right. I see the boys are playing with the cones in the chat. Yeah, I love it. Here's freaking here's Boyle. Great. You can nail Boyle down. You get stuck on it for a while. It's a money producing machine. But at the same time, you got to be good with it, man, because this thing makes some big moves. Makes
Do you
some.
trade at Bilbo? Like, is it one of those things you'd be like, all right, this morning, this thing will always be on my list. Let me see if there's an easy trade. Let me take it.
I'll trade the
Do
options.
you trade it?
Yeah. I'll trade. The thing is, though, is I'll get in like the weekly options because you can get out. That's the thing. It's tough though because if you're going to push out your strikes far enough to protect yourself, chances are the profit's not going to be there. So it's one of those things where if you see on the close and the VEPS are telling you, look, this thing's going down tomorrow for sure, before the close, I'll go in and I'll buy a put and I'll close on the morning because it's gapping around. I mean, look, last week it really didn't. Had some little moves. This week is fired up. And we got a little world turmoil going on too. Oh, goodness. Where's the monthly? Yeah, it's testing it. Testing that monthly range. Are you, baby? Dun, 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 dun. It's right at the center. I mean, you literally gap down right to the center of the monthly. Where's the bottom? Right down here. Right down here. Pretty big monthly range, and you got the tight weekly right in here. No wonder. Yeah, this thing's all over the place, man. All over the place. It just gapped down to be right at the center of the monthly. Zero it out. Now let's see who wins the battle. Yeah, you can change the probabilities, or you can change the distribution models between Laplace and normal. Then yeah, you just got to study the settings. They're set up really well, in my opinion. You just got to study them. That's all. You'll get
I
it.
might want to amend my opinion because Triple Q looks healthy. Triple Q looks like it's about to rip up.
He said triple Q.
It really does. It really. It's gotten all the same volatilities, but it seems like that has more mean reversion to the upside. Plus, it's not
Testing.
necessarily on the VR, but just how everything's playing out on the divergences and the entropy and all that good stuff.
Well, the bottom of the monthly is right at the top side of the daily 68.3 and just sent a wick right to both. I mean, right to it. Literally. What's it at? Yeah, it went up to what? 353, 353.20. Bottom of the monthly's at 353.26. 23 for the 23 for the top side of the 68.3. Let's see if it gets by here. If it gets by here, I could see it push a little bit. Probably the center of the monthly. I don't know if it's going to get by here though, man. But just like SPY, another one. It's in between. It's in between the weekly and the monthly, and it's even tighter over here. Top of the weekly, like 351. Bottom of the monthly, 353. I mean, you got a 2-point freaking range in between these macro volatility ranges. Shit could get wild. But you're gonna have the bulls down here, bears up here, sinking up, which would definitely, when it comes to triple Q and SPY, these things could go sideways today. But you're seeing triple Qs. Let's check it out. Whoa, got the volatility expanded. Oh, it's like OnlyFans. Look at this. Oh, do something.
And we have to keep in mind, I think we have to keep in mind that Apple's earnings are tonight, so that's going to spike the volatility on triple Q no matter what it does.
Apple's earnings.
Just because of the size of Apple.
Apple's earnings, huh? They're what, at close?
I think so, yeah. We're
going to dive into that in a minute. So triple Q. Let me look on 4-hour wave trend. Not yet. 90-minute. 90-minute wave trend? Wave trend. Give me a wave trend. Let's see wave trend on 90-minute wave trend.
Let's go. Oh, baby, perfect.
Right at it, baby. 353.09. Boy, I'll tell you what, man. This thing's got a lot of resistance up here. You're at the top side of the power mean band, too. If triple Q's bust above into that monthly range, what do you got? The 99 up here at about 357. What's the top side of that sucker? That's same. About a point off. It's right up here, third resistance level. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know though, man. That's tough. Got the top side of the daily 68.3, bottom of the monthly range, and then the 90-minute wave trend. But the 4 hour, if it gets by that 90-minute, I mean 4 hour wave trends at 358. Hello, right on top of the monthly. It's the top of the monthly range. So if it does run to the top of the monthly, I could definitely see a reject from there. I don't know though, man. That's why, right? It's the first day of the month. It's all relax. It's all relax. Pull out your pet raccoons.
I really want one, Bobo.
Dude, I want more than one. I've been watching vids on YouTube. These people, these dude, they're a riot. They'd be a great pet. They're so fun.
Yeah.
They're like little people, man. They got their little hands.
Better than a dog.
Oh, dude. And yeah, and these people, these one people, God, what's the name? I'll post it when I find it again. But they've got like 3 dogs and a little handful of raccoons. And dude, it is a riot. These raccoons are just playing with these dogs, and the dogs are like, "What the hell?" The raccoons, they got little hands. They're grabbing them and shit.
Yeah.
The dogs are like, "I want hands."
The problem with that though is that they just burrow into anything. Like, you got drywall, well, you won't have drywall very long.
Well, you got to train them.
They will tear up your place. Like, it's.
Yeah, and I haven't seen anybody talk about that really, but I mean, if you take a wild raccoon and hey, let's domesticate this thing, I would want to get them as babies.
Yeah.
Raise them from babies with the dogs. Hell, they'll think they're dogs. But hey, I have hands. Dude, they're showing them. They like put little video cameras in their house. These damn things are wild. They know how to open doors. They know how to open the fridge. They can open anything.
They're smart. Dude.
They're smart as hell. Pretty funny, man. Pretty freaking funny. And another one, there's little prairie dogs. Those look fun too.
In the house next door to me,
Yeah.
There is it's not a prairie dog, but it is a groundhog, and it lives like below their steps. I see it every now and again. Those things get a little bit bigger than you think they are.
Yeah.
It's like a big fat beaver without the tail, right? Like, it's
what?
Yeah, they're big, man. They're about
they can get
as
big.
as a dog.
They can get real big. There was got a friend that's got a farm in Northern California, like New Zealand Shetland sheep farm, with some llamas too. But dude, got a couple big creeks that run through the property. These beavers, man, they built this big ass dam. So we're down there and we're trying to find the beavers. Dude, this thing come out. I'm like, that ain't no beaver. That's a hippo. I mean, it was
a water bear, bro.
Dude, it's a water bear. I mean, it was big. I mean, big. Body of it's like this. Big ass tail. I'm just like, no wonder they build things like this. Holy shit. Can you imagine? That thing could gnaw your leg off in about 5 seconds, probably, too. Holy shit. The way they go. I mean, dude, there was trees this big around that they just take these trees down. Oh, Zentap's in the house. Or has he been here the whole time? Let's see here. 357. Yeah. Got a little trap here, man. Chappy. Triple Q's rejecting off the bottom of the monthly. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of things going on in this market. Especially. It would behoove gold to get down there about 1960 and pop from there. Gold went on a hell of a run. I'll feel a little better when all these monthly ranges get tested.
Would we be able to see if it was correlated with oil? You know, the general assumption, the price of oil goes up, then the price of the gold will have to pretty much go up because you couldn't pay the same gram for 10 gram.
Yeah, man. Let me see here. Let's pull up correlation. You said gold and oil. This will be fun.
Because if it's not correlated, then there's an inefficiency in the market, which means there's mispricing. So we'll look for the safest destination, and the safest destination for me is like the VRE, daily mean, weekly mean, monthly mean.
You're hired.
Thank you, sir.
Man, this is taking forever to populate. What the hell is going on? Give me love. All right, Soul. Let's flip you on gold. And let's get this Pearson correlation on oral. Boop. Let me see here. What are we doing? Actually, what do I want to put it on though? USD to TI. Yeah, might as well.
Whichever oil you think would be the best one to do it with you.
Yeah, we'll go crude. Oh. And burn spot with bam, bam, bam. Actually, it's correlated right now. That's a 4 hour though. It's a 4 hour. Let's go to the daily. Losing correlation on the daily. Let me see something. What is oil today? Up 1.87. Gold. Yeah, I don't know, man. When did it lose? When did it? Here's what we need to do. Let me see. Isn't that it right there? Compare add symbol. Where are you? Oops.
So that's saying oil's going up, and technically they're not going in the same direction. So let's just say gold is going down at that pivot, which wouldn't make sense because if the price of oil is going up, so should the price of gold. So that means the price of gold is the one that's in price. So you can look for a short on the gold.
Considering that 4 hour is flipping up, I would imagine this daily's probably going to turn up. Yeah, you can see oil, right? Oil, gold, up, lost correlation, right at the top. Right at the top, right there on oil.
Good.
So oil pulled back, gold continued up, lost correlation on the daily. Here, what about the 5 day? I'd imagine it's starting to go back up. But you can see this little right here. Yeah, that's when it lost significant negative too. Oil pulled back, gold's just holding steady. Should go down to the 4 hour.
Can I ask a question, Wilbur?
Sure.
Does your pump price, the price of fuel at the pump, change every day for you in your state, let's say?
It has been. It has been.
Cool.
Been fluctuating, more like every couple of days or something. But hell, it went all the way down. I think I paid middle of last week like 309 or something. 2 days after that, it flies right back up to 349. It popped 40 cents overnight, and now it's back down. I saw it yesterday for like 313 or something.
Gotta fill up with the VEPS, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pretty crazy. Expensive. Not really. Go to California. It's like $8 a gallon. Those people are getting robbed blind. I'm so glad I left. I'm definitely one of the evacuees. Places they just, my God. Just, hey man, policies have ruined that state. I'm not going to jump on any political party and bitch at them. I'm just saying the policies that have been put into place there are just a joke. Jesus. I don't know how people are staying. Some very influential people have left that state. And they're leaving by the day. You can't even get a U-Haul out there, man. That's how many people are leaving. You can't even rent fucking U-Hauls. They're backed up. Most of the U-Hauls in the country are in California.
Is that a listed company? That thing will be going through the roof. That'd be like the number one thing to look at.
You know what? Is U-Haul publicly traded? I don't know.
I'll go find the sticker.
Yeah. U-Haul. I don't know if it is. Jeff.
UHAL.
UHAUL.
No, UHAL.
Oh, it is. It's listed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. U-Haul Holding Company, NYSE.
Let's see.
Oh, you got.
Come on. U-Haul. I don't think so. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Jesus. Give me a minute. It's early. There we go. U-Haul Holding Company. Is that U-Haul though?
Yeah, I'm sending a screenshot to double check as well for you.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. Jesus. Yeah, I'm not trading this shit coin. Was that $49? What is it? Yeah, $49 stock. Tight daily range. Look out. Where's the monthly at? Why are we up here? Hell, it hasn't even tested the bottom of the weekly or the bottom monthly, bottom of the weekly right here. 49.84. This thing's got no liquidity at all. Ooh, my chart's sending me a warning message. Get off, get off. We didn't look at silver. Yeah. Oh. Where's silver? Silver tested its monthly. Gold, win. Win gold. Gold's about what, 28 bucks? 28 bucks above its monthly. Silver, whoop. Today, we're right down to test it. Silver's done the dirt. I could actually see silver start to lead the market again. I'm talking the metals market. Because gold's got, look at, what's it at, 88? Yeah, futures are almost back over 2K. There's a lot of ranges that need to be tested. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see these things go up first before they test, get people in bad positions. That's usually what happens. And people are watching the news. It's always a good counter trade the news. Yep, that's all U-Haul.
Good one.
Beautiful. Yeah, go silver. Silver starting to move. Was down a little bit. I bet these flip-flop by the end of the day. Although, I mean, top of the monthly, bottom of the weekly. Silver, if silver gets above this weekly, this thing is set up, especially for tomorrow. Get up here early. Let's see here. Get up here before noon, next 2 hours. Start stabilizing price up here so you get a new daily range above the weekly, and this thing is set up to pop. I mean, we could literally see, what's the first resistance? 23.4. And this thing was all the way up to what, 25? Had a nice pullback, man. What's the top of the weekly range? It is Wednesday, though. We got a couple more days. After today,
when you
anyway.
said counter-trade the news. You said counter-trade the news. I went to go look at the 10-year yield. Ooh, that thing is pulling back hard.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming, too. That's right.
I mean, I knew it was going to come eventually. It's way overextended, but
the dollar pumping, huh?
So that might play into Dixie.
Jesus, it did.
2 hours.
Back down to 4.8, down 2.57% today. All of them are 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year. And the dollar is cooking right now. It pulled back a little bit. Interesting. Let's see if anything. Oof, yeah, boil. Damn, man. 2 days in a row, 7.5% moves. Yesterday upside, today downside. Yeah, if you can nail down boil, it is. Oof. You don't need to straggle off too far for some good moves. Problem is, though, you don't make the right call and you're playing options. Yeah, man, a little late. You wake up pre-market and you're like, oh shit, that went the wrong way. That's why, all about risk, all right? Risk management, playing boil. Don't get ahead of yourself. And make sure you got a workflow. That's the biggest problem with people trading the VEPS in the beginning, especially with the volatility. You'll get a volatility read that won't make sense. It makes total sense if you throw it in on a workflow. And you use 3 lengths too. It's the main reason why I use 3 lengths. Whoops. Main reason why I've got all 3 lengths on here, because it tells the story. Tells the story. Triple Q, yeah, I'm pulling back from that area. Let me sift back through here. Yeah, Boyle's continuing down. Just picked up another 0.2%. Jesus. Thing is flooding down. In phase just can't get away. God, man. Down another 5%. Under attack. Under freaking attack. Come on, big mover. Where are you at? Yeah, nothing really big flying around except Boyle. It's the first day of the month, though. People are probably playing it safe. Obviously, you got your degens out there. They're probably going nutso, but be careful. Look at the 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour volatility, man. This thing is buried. And you got the other 2 lengths just hanging up here. Total random walk. Approaching the zero mean. Wow.
AMD kind of flew up.
What did?
AMD,
AMD.
it flew up there, like
Where
5%
are
or
you?
something.
AMD. Where the hell are you? I don't have it on here. Kidding me? You dirty monkey. I swore I had that up here, man. What the hell's going on? I really not have it on there. AMD. I guess not. What the hell? How do I? Let me throw this on my watch list. Traditional. Thank you. Oh geez. Oh geez. Yeah, man. I'm looking for things that are pumping. I was looking for stuff around 5%. Well, thank you, sir. 4.65, 4.7. This thing's running.
But I saw that. I saw that when I was like, because I was saying yesterday, I thought video's kind of due for some mean reversion, right? So we can 425. It's not really good anything this morning, but looked right at AMD. Oh, okay. I got my chip maker backwards.
Right to the 99 log MA here. A little bit above it right now. Yeah, it's a hell of a 4-hour candle this thing's popping off on. What's this? Where'd this go? Daily wave trend? Yep. I mean, you're below the power mean band. This is bound to happen. Now, does it reject from here? Mission accomplished. If I was in an AMD trade, I would be out, to be honest. Could it go higher? Sure could. But it's all about taking profits, man. You're back up at, excuse me, reverse Fisher. Reverse Fisher, finding support on the 99. Got a nice tight range here. Huh. What is that? 104.5 and 95. Well, you got a 10-point range. Oh, hello. Might have found a huckleberry. Let me see here. Wasn't going to put a trade in today. You never know. You never know. Weekly expiration. Because you do got a tight range on this 5-day. I am liking it too. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think today is an AMD short. It's probably good today just because it's mean reverting on it's a random walk on the macro, but it's a trending move on the micro, right? So when the micro trend ends, this thing is going to pull right back to within the distribution range. So my key is always the 4-hour. If something hits 4-hour trend, just don't touch it until that shit ends.
Here is the 2-day.
4-hour trend is just bad news.
Let's go short strangle.
Brother, change your number from 4-hour to 3-hour or 4-hour to 6-hour. And I promise you, you're going to see things a little bit easier.
I see 4-hour trend easy. It's just
okay.
105.
So I'll quickly explain this, G. If everyone has access to the 4-hour, that is if I had all the money in the world, that is the time frame in which I'm going to manipulate. If I had all the money in the world, I'm going to manipulate all the retail that's trading 4-hour. The 3-hour will allow you to either front run the manipulation of the 4-hour. All right. 6-hour will give you the continuation signal for the 4-hour, if that makes sense. All right. This is something that's very easy to observe in the crypto market. Maybe not so easy to observe when you're trading stocks, but all the rules apply. And if you're using the same numbers as me, I don't touch the 4-hour because the 3-hour and the math with those numbers that I use, they're like factor trees. The 6-hour is a factor tree. The 4-hour is in between it. It's a good thing to look at if that's what it is. But I promise you're going to be more profitable looking at the 3-hour or the 6-hour than the 4-hour.
Yeah, usually it's just 4-hour on traditional stocks because it just splits the day in half, right?
Yeah.
First half of the day you'll see it, and then if it's not going to pop out a trend, you'll know it's not going to pop out a trend, right? So you just don't touch it for that day, and then you just wait for the pre-market, see what it does pre-market or post-market, whether it's going to have continuation. That's I think it's a little bit than the currency.
What's going to pop it out of its trend on the 4-hour is the 3-hour. It's going to be the pivot. What's going to continue the trend on the 4-hour? The 6-hour. You see, so I'm saying use the 4 hour, by all means, use the 4 hour. I'm not saying don't use the 4 hour, but use the 3 hour and the 6 hour to see if it's the 3 hours going to stop the 4 hour trend, or if the 6 hours is going to allow the 4 hour trend to continue. Maybe try that, Sean.
Yeah, I'm taking your advice to heart. Right? You know, I added the 3 hour and 6 hour to my bar, right?
No, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Yeah, you just cycle through. Then if you're gonna look at the 4 hour, look at the 4 hour, the 8 hour, the 2 hour, the 16 hour, the 1 hour, and the 32 hour. The 32 hour one.
Usually, if I see the 4 hour trend, I'll check the 2 hour. That's usually my go, and then I'll look at the 90 minute. So that's usually I never really looked at the 3 hour just because 3 hours is such a weird number. But sometimes the devil is in the details, right? And those weird numbers, right? They'll give you a slightly different read that you're used to, so you'll get a little bit more context.
Yeah. So then for the 2 hour, I'm using the 90 minute instead of the 2 hour.
So what we got up here? It's 73. Said Apple. Apple. Having earnings. So, hell, let's go. Whoops. Hey, damn it. Keep spelling shit wrong today. What are you doing? Apple, man. Let's see. Weekly close. What are we working here? Is that wave turn out? 174. Wow. Yeah, a little pricey.
Right.
Is that wave trend at? Let me see this daily. It's a wave trend on the daily. 176. Not too much damn higher.
See, I don't like Apple. I wouldn't be playing it, right? Because on the daily, at least, 4 hours is a little bit different story, but daily, the volatility is entirely expanded, right? So,
whoops,
that's one of those where it pumps or dumps, and then quickly in the pre or post market, it goes right back to where it was, and then everybody loses the calls and the puts.
Yeah.
Oof. Apple stuck between the RMLRs here on earnings day. Of course it is. That doesn't it? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
It must be priced in, Bobo.
But it is getting that cross, right? It is getting that cross, so there's mean reversion that will happen. It crossed that RMLR.
Already went down. Tried to break down below that RMLR. It's almost back up to the 33. God, well, I'll tell you what, man. This thing can close above that 33 power mean today. 172.31 right before earnings. I'm going to be a bit surprised to see this thing move up.
Third standard deviation? Where's the third standard deviation on the daily?
Yeah, not even close.
It's usually a good marker for.
Yeah, you're dead in the middle.
The third standard deviation.
I mean, if you're talking about the daily, you're right at both RMLRs. I mean, you're not even at the first standard deviation either side. You are right at the mean.
Your dots.
Huh?
Oh, your dots.
You're not talking deviation bands? Well, yeah, you're just ranging in the 68.3 right now. Got a wick to the bottom side of the 68.3, a wick to the top side of the daily 68.3. That's what you throw it on. Let me see here. Let's throw this baby on. Whoa, where are you, Apple? There you are, you little shit. Where's that daily? Yep, right in here. Boom, boom. Just ranging. Got a wick down into the test that daily range, but pulled right back up in the 68.3. You're in the 4 hour. You can't even close a candle above the 4 hour. And see if it does right here. Yeah, so right now, just ranging in the 68.3 right before earnings. And you got bottom of the monthly right here by the top side of the 68.3. You got the top of the daily by the bottom side. They're making it tough for the earnings play.
So here's what I think is going to happen. Again, not investment advice, nothing like that. I think earnings will come in. They'll come in as a beat or mixed. It probably won't be a huge loss because that was generally pretty safe in terms of earnings. But what will happen is it'll jump to 176, hit its head, and then in pre-market it'll come right back down to about that 172 mark. Everybody's going to lose, and the calls and the puts, unless you're playing right at the money right now, you know, you're paying a huge premium for something that's not even going to happen.
I'm getting some coffee.
You gotta carry on talking, man. Yeah. You gotta carry on talking, bro. You gotta talk us through this now. He's going to get a coffee. You're taking the stream for like
Coffee.
90
Well,
seconds.
I mean, I've seen this because I've just been watching some earnings plays over the last month, right? Just to kind of see how they react to volatility and stuff like that. And this is that is, unless you're getting like a super beat like Amazon or Microsoft's do, these are tending to pull right back inside their distributions in the post and pre markets after the initial pump, right? So unless you're on like Robinhood that's trading 24 hours a day or something like that, if you're waiting for the market open, I would not even, unless there's absolute a really good perfect setup where volatility is crushed on the daily, on the 4 hour. There's proper divergence. The SEP is crushed. You know, you just don't want to get into these unless, you know, you have insider information like a congressperson. So,
yeah, understood. One thing I'll quickly say with SEP is what helps me a lot is pretty much guessing what the next 2 prints of SEP are going to be. All right. So like
that's what I've been doing too. Unless it's like
cool.
at the very top, right? If it's starting to go, I don't want to use the word trend, just
don't worry.
But if it's starting to like, if it's at the bottom, you know, and it's starting to step up, right? You could probably guess that the next 2 candles are probably up of market's capped.
Yeah. So I'll say like generally what happens is the PC doesn't like to be stuck at those 100% marks. Okay. So like to follow your observation, obviously I'm not looking at what you're looking at, but as you're saying for post and pre, like let's say the PC is stuck at 100 or minus 100, and then you're expecting that like pre or post 3, it will be because the PC is wanting to just mean revert, right? And as that happens, you know, the phases of volatility will change, and that's what's going to give you that ability to hit those pre and post targets that you're talking about. So if you see it more maxed out at 100, you'll know that that observation you previously said is going to have a higher probability of playing out. Obviously, it's going to be a bit tough to pick the direction, but as you've already said to me, you're trying to guess the next 2, you know, the next 2 places of the PC and the SEP.
Come on, girl.
So if it's at 100, know that it's going to be easier for that observation to be true.
Come here. Come on.
Yes, I mean with that 100, you have 2 directions, right? Sideways or down.
Oh man.
But if it's like at 50, right, 50%, you have 3 votes.
Yeah, a
sideways
little bit
or
higher.
down, right? So then you got to pay attention to PC. And anybody on TradingView, PC stands for the Pearson Correlation Indicator. But yeah, so
Back.
You know what else is very useful?
RMLR.
Whether or not you're bro.
I guessed it, cuz.
Because like if you're looking at that 4 hour on Biddy, that just completed a mean reversion to the 3012 RMLR. But that mean reversion was happening for the past few days. And literally what happened is the asset hit the 3rd band to the downside of the RMLR, of that 3012 RMLR on the 4 hour. And 2 candles after it stopped hitting that band. And it hit that band, it looked like a freak show because it's one of those times when you have that band make a crazy move to one direction or the other. So it suddenly is like it's like a freak event that it hits a band for 1 or 2 candles that like the band is totally out of place from where it was before. And then the band runs away from it again quickly. But it still hit that band. And then when it stopped hitting that band, 1 or 2 candles later, 2 candles is what I use for confirmation, because that's when you have extremely high probability. It was more likely to close the RML, to touch the RMLR that was above it, than it was to go down and touch that band that was dropping again to the downside. And what happened? It rode to the side and touched the band just now on this candle after 3 days of going pretty much sideways. up and down a lot on little tiny percentages, but on the 4 hour, pretty flat. And it touched the RMLR to the upside because that was the probability, like more than 99%, 99.7%, right? Even more. That it would touch that RMLR before touching that third band again to the downside. And that, like clockwork, like, does it happen 100% of the time? No, it happens pretty damn close though. Not even a Rolex watch is 100% accurate, right? Those things are like off. Some of them are off by like 5 seconds a month or a quarter or whatever it is. People pay $10,000, $20,000 to own one of those things, maybe more. But this thing, like clockwork, when you got an asset smashing a third band of an RMLR, once it stops it, that thing's a mean reversion.
Yeah.
Pure and simple.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
You can do that. And, you know, it's also useful in many other ways, but that is one of the most useful things about it, I think.
Yeah, I will say the third standard deviation on that, from what my brain knows, that is a brilliant counter trade, right? Like they always say, oh, you're trying to counter trade the market. Nah, that's the 3SD on that tool, yes. Hammer the counter trade.
How's that a counter trade? That's just telling you the probability. Just telling you the probability.
Look, I'm saying if it shoots all the way down to -3,
holy shit,
and you didn't have the tool, and you like were a pleb, like we were a couple years ago, it's like, well, that's your counter trade, you know?
Right. Like if you didn't know any better, you'd think, nah, there's no way. But then when you look at it, if you know what it does, you realize, oh yeah, the probabilities are that it's going to go to the sideways or it's going to go up. Either way, it's going to touch RMLR that's currently above it before it falls down.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Yeah. And so in that sense, because in that sense, you can use the direction, even though the direction of the RMLR may be perceived to be like, well, the RMLR is dropping. Yeah, the RMLR is dropping, but so is that third band. So if the RMLR is dropping and the asset has to either go up or sideways to touch it, that means that there's an even higher probability that it's going to do that, because it's just all it has to do is move sideways or up. 2 out of the 3 probabilities are that it's going to move sideways or up, and more than 99.7% of the probability is that it's going to mean revert before it touches that third band again. That's just the probabilities. So you can use the direction and the probabilities to use that for your, as you put it, a counter trend trade or a counter trade for most people who don't have a clue. But for those of us who have this tool and know how to use it, it's very much a very clear tool. It's like, okay, that's exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah.
And it did. Anyway, yeah, good stuff.
In trying to triangulate between RMO and all the other indicators, right? You were going to get the pullback, but I think going forward, I think it's actually just going to follow this powering band for the next couple days, to be honest.
Who are we talking about? Bitcoin? I think Bitcoin's on its way to test 33.4.
I think it's just going to follow it. It'll have its ups and downs, its daily highs and lows, but I think it's going to generally follow this powering band until some of that volatility resets.
If you take a peek, it's like Yasha brought up. This thing runs up. This thing runs up to the 99.7 Laplace on the 4 hour, third standard deviation band around that RMLR, and pulls back this hard, right back to it. Look out, man. Just like Yasha said when he first came in, Bitcoin is in mean reversion right now, and it absolutely is. Look at this thing. I mean, it ran hard to get up to that level, but there's the 99.7 Laplace, fourth standard deviation. Then it pulls back. There was the confluence. I mean, that 3SD band. And I'd be thinking different if it just pulled back to maybe, 3SD, 2SD. This thing pulled all the way back down.
Yep.
Tell you right,
that
man.
was literally like that snap move was just like, here, I'm gonna complete that mean reversion to the 3012 and then continue with more mean reversions on lower TFs. It's like
3.8.
Absolutely, it's amazing how it works. I love it.
Yeah, especially right now. Yeah. You closed what, a couple candles below the daily range earlier, and then we had that rip up. If it closes below the daily now, 15-minute candles, look out. There's weekly. Let's see, 33.73.
I think on several of the time frames, you know, I hit the top of the pounding band too, right? So the upside right now is slim, right? Slim. So
And that's top
Yeah,
side
because
of
it's
the monthly.
I mean, you got a ranging week. If you look at the VRE width of the range of the weekly,
Yep.
it's pretty rangy on this asset right now for this week. You know, we had quite a nice move last week, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
you know, the engine's gonna back off a little and give you some nice ranging action to play with this week, and that's what we got so far. That's a really
but
nice ranging action.
funny. I did see something funny on again, you got to stop doing this, but I did go on Twitter, you know. So I
Yeah.
guess as of yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the technical analysis gurus now they see the golden cross happening, right? But they missed they're completely oblivious that hey, Bitcoin ripped like 2 weeks ago. Like that's how
Yeah.
fast that stuff lags, right? You're just getting a golden cross now. Like are you not even paying attention to what it's actually doing? It already ripped up.
Okay,
They
so
do
quickly,
whatever gets clicks to their affiliates, bro. That's
so
all
I'll
they
quickly
do.
say this. How you trade the golden cross is the moment that it crosses that price level, you're looking for price to pull back to it, hold above the golden pocket, and then carry on up.
What
That's how you know you have a macro trend to the upside.
the hell?
Whereas if it comes down, fails the golden cross and carries on going down, well then no help. But it's telling you that there is going to be a shit ton of retail liquidity buying at the golden pocket. All right?
Yeah.
What?
So that's the smart retail trader. All right? We all retail traders, but like when you're in your journey, the first 2 years, that's sort of how you would make money off the golden thing. So what it's telling you is when it crosses, it's actually the top of that current market structure until it comes and tests the golden pocket. But if you don't have the tools to tell you that there's positive drift, well, then it ain't going to come and touch that golden pocket.
Are we trolling
Right.
the golden cross, or are we being serious?
Yeah, I'm being
Yeah.
serious. No, I'm being serious. But like, it's like if we have two reverse wave trends that cross, you know what I mean? Two different lengths. One's 10, other one's 20, and they cross the high probabilistic level. You're going to look for some liquidity there. Right?
Yeah, but I'm going to look to
So it's
leading
that kind of
information. I'm not going to look to lagging indicators, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Here's an experiment.
Best way to trade the golden cross, tell some newbie trader who has a lot of money to use it and be on the upside of that trade.
Here's an experiment though.
Damn, bonk's
Put
moving.
on like have your
But I heard what you're saying. Like it's a common thing when people start trading to look for those kind of things, and what you're pointing out is kind of like probably the least dumb way to use it, right? If you're gonna think of it that way.
Yeah.
But as you know, as we all know, that's
It took about 4 years to say that one line for me to fully comprehend what a silver and gold pocket is, all right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
here's an experiment though that you can run. All Lord is take your UPM and then run on top of it those moving averages, right, and see where those line up versus the UPNs.
Yeah.
You know, because you know a broken clock is right twice a day.
Right,
Right?
twice.
I mean, it's just so sometimes it's coincidence. It'll happen.
You know
right?
when a broken clock is not even right twice a day? When somebody pulls out the hands or it's a digital clock and the battery's been taken out.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
And my point about that is that's what technical trading analysis is, right? Voodoo TA. It's like a digital watch with no batteries. Oh, the concept is based on something, whatever, technical, but it's completely irrelevant. Like a digital watch with no batteries does you no good. Right? It doesn't matter how good the idea is, it's not relevant. It's moot.
Yeah, so you can find ways to validate it.
Trying to compare the moving averages of lagging indicators to something like the bands on UPM, sure, do it. It's an exercise in hilarity. If anything, that's a good thing to do to show to green trade. You're totally right. That's a good thing to show as like a comparison. And I know we've done a million comparisons of like the RSI or the stochastics or the moving averages. And that's why we do them, is to show how ridiculous those things are. Because they're lagging, they're based on what happened as opposed to what is likely to happen.
Right. Exactly. That was the point I was trying to make. It's just like, are you just not paying attention? Like the price already ripped. Like you were like weeks behind.
Yes, exactly what you said earlier about the YouTube Jimmy's calling the Golden Cross 2 weeks after it happened, or what African was saying about, if you're going to use such a silly thing, do it in this way because then you're least likely to get wrecked by it. But either way, those are silly tools. I mean, not to harp on or trash people who use it. Like if you use it, wonderful, and I hope it works for you. But we know statistically it doesn't work for more than 99% of people who use that stuff. So it's like, all right, if people want to use that, hey, there's always room for more liquidity in the pool. But there's a reason we don't use those. I mean, if we're going to use them, it's just to make an example. It's like how awful these tools are. Look how awful looking back only backwards is, and look how much more useful it is to be able to see forward.
The closest thing that those moving averages are, for VEPS, is the RMLR, but those are logs versus just simple averages, right? So they're different, but that's probably the most closely associated.
Yeah, but it's not. It's the mean. It's the reverse mean of log returns. It's not even.
It's
not,
an
it's not,
anti-mean. Exactly. I just said it's just because it's just
it's anti-mean. Yeah. It's the villain meme.
That's the underlying data point that drives it. That's what I was kind of do.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too into it right now because I know we're in the middle of a live stream. But yeah,
it's all good.
It's I was just saying like it's not like when I say price is moot, I mean that as a trader, right? Like I don't care where the price is and I don't care which direction it goes as long as I'm in the correct trade that makes money. And so it doesn't matter to me if the price is going up or down or sideways. I just don't care, right? But okay, there's still the price is a result of the returns, right? Because it's following the volatility. Price is following the returns and the volatility. So it is a result of that. So price isn't irrelevant in the sense of it's not a good place to use, it's not a good thing to use for certain calculation. It is. Like we look at the correlation of the volatility and the price action, right? So we do use that in the sense that we use the price action for something. But to base an indicator solely on reading the price action and having it tell you what the price action did and having no way of using that to make any intelligent, educated, I'll call it a guess for African, about what the probability is likely to do on this candle or the next one makes that kind of lagging indicator useless, right? If it's based on price action. Because it's just all it can do is tell you where it's been. It's like following an old driver who turns on their blinker after they turn. What good is that?
It's literally
I don't need to know where you've been.
Or even better, they turn on their left turn signal and go right.
What you could have done is just you could have said 2 weeks ago. You could have said 2 weeks ago, hey, guess what? The moving averages of price are going to go up when Bitcoin ripped. You already know that happened, right? So now they're just in it now.
Right. But we've been saying the probabilities were this way or that way, and what the probabilities were to either side, and it happened to go that way, And okay, because we were able to read it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like the poor suckers that use the lagging tools and don't know any better and look for ways to justify using it and count, and then like they even tell you when you learn that garbage, 70% of the time it's going to go the other way, so you have to counter trade it. Why are you giving people tools that they have to figure out how to counter trade? Why is anybody using tools like that? Why don't they just use trades you can rely on? You use tools they can rely on. It's ridiculous. It's because it's garbage, and the people that sell them know that it's garbage, and the people at the very top absolutely know it's garbage. So even if the middlemen don't know it's garbage and they're just shoveling crap because they're just making more money from affiliate deals, whether it's buying the tools or selling, entry into some exchange that's onboarding people and, suckers, I should call them, and just taking their money in high leverage trades using terrible tools to trade with. Either way, they're all shoveling garbage from the top to the bottom. And it's down here on the retail level space, we're showing, right, we're all using the VEPS tools because we know better. And it's like, we have a huge, a measurable, quantifiable edge you constantly hear these TA knuckleheads talk about what's your edge. They don't even know what that means, right? Your edge is your risk management plus your probabilistic statistical chance, probabilities or chances of being correct on the move. But that's your edge, right? Being able to manage your risk and being able to know what the probabilities are of the move going the way you want it, that you want to place your trade, or that you're placing your trade.
Yep.
And if you can't calculate that, because you don't have any sense of, is the thing in trend, is the thing in a random walk, is it highly volatile, middle volatile, not volatile, is it highly correlated, is it not correlated, is there middle correlated? If you don't have those things, how can you calculate it based on just looking at where the number was before? That doesn't do you any good.
Yeah. Speaking of edge, Triple K's
Yeah.
ripped. Triple K's ripped. Saying that
Good
over
call.
there.
Triple Q, baby.
Ripped.
Triple K's
Rip.
ripped.
It's up 1%. I don't know, but rip. But things have definitely taken off. I see the conversation about gold in the chat too. Here, let me show you something, guys. So is what happens when gold opened today. Gold pops down, tests the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Didn't close a candle below it. Pops it up to what? By the close of that 4-hour candle, it's right at the top side of the 4-hour 68.3. Comes back to the bottom side of that 4-hour 68.3. Then pops up, gets on the top side of it. Look right before the 4-hour close. Finds support, right? Now runs up, tests the top side of the daily 68.3, pulls back to the bottom of the weekly range, and now we're getting what we're getting now. It would not surprise me at all if gold runs up here and tests the top of the weekly. Here's what I'm saying. Monthly ranges don't have to be tested today or even this week. This could go into next week. But this is what's looming. Right there, that red cross line at 1960. This will get tested. This will get tested. The thing is, we're not swing trading here. So I don't care if I'm in a gold trade right now, I'm to the top side. I guarantee you go down through these low time frames, this move is right there. All right, this move is right there. You're at the 1 SD though on the 4-hour right now. Just send a wick right to it. I would have taken profit right here at the center of the weekly. These are the algos. Man, there is a battle going on right now. That's why I'm saying these bulls, they could run this to the top of the weekly easily. At what point, though, are we going to see this 1960 area? Because that's going to be a nice, I don't think it's going to go in one shot. There's going to be a lot of trades in between now and then. But that's when you got the VEPS and we're talking about a monthly range. Guys, it could test next week. This could just set people up. And I like what Garcia said there. Tired of the people. I like gold. Why would I short it? This is where people get emotionally attached to an asset. That is a big freaking no-no. Oh, I love gold. I'm just going to long it. Just stack gold if you like gold. Don't get into an over-leveraged long position and get wrecked. It's crazy how people think. So, yeah, I agree with it right there. And, yeah, and that's when you're just learning the VEPS, too. It's just like, gold just shot to 1990. And the Garcia's like, so now what? Gold's at 1989. Ugh. That's just the way it goes, man. This is the probabilities. This is the algorithms running these distribution levels and the volatility ranges. This 1960 area, this is the elephant in the room right now. And it's not, be glad it's at 1960. That's why I'm looking at some of these cryptos. And you got the top of the monthly on Solana over $35. Let's go. Solana was at what, $8 earlier in the year? I mean, this thing is pumping. And the fact you get a new monthly up that high in BTCs is over 33. It's at 33.4. Crypto's bullish. Crypto's pretty damn bullish.
I mean, if you want to invest in gold, I'm not saying don't invest in gold. I'm just saying that if you want to invest in gold, right, if you use the VEPS, you know where a better price is for that investment.
Yeah, 100%.
You just know. So why jump in here when you can jump in a week from now when it's lower?
Yeah.
If it's an investment, you're thinking long term anyways, right? So get a good deal now, you get those compounded returns.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
That small compounded return that you get on the inception of your investment is huge, compounded over years, right? So it's better to get the deal. Wait a week, wait 2 weeks if you know it's going to come down, and get that better deal.
Oh, 15 on gold. Is that good? Yeah, this thing looking like a trend might be done though on the 15.
The trend is your friend. Let me see here.
And the cool thing about it is we know when it's not our friend because we got the tools to tell us that.
Whoa, boy. Yeah, look at this 9 minute. That's interesting. Had a little bull div play right here at the 2 SD band, man. That thing went sideways. Boy, that's right where it popped because you had a lower low right at wave trend, too. Pop, boom. Right when across the zero mean, too. And now you're setting up some hidden bull from the cross, anyway.
Dixie.
Look at the trend.
Dixie's going down.
He said, Dixie's going down. Yeah, 0.4. Yeah, it pulled back. Now, then there you go, too. You know, another reason why gold pop. Things like gold. What Bitcoin do? Bitcoin go back up a little bit?
That's
It might not
just
be.
messing around.
Yeah, it's right around 34.5. Right around 34.5. Yeah, I mean, boom. There was that pop. But I'm telling you, yeah, BTC, that's set up. Oh, Jesus. Right back to wave trend, too. I'm telling you, look at it. I mean, BTC going to test that level. I could almost possibly see BTC test its monthly before gold. We're about to find out. It's about the same percentage move, I would imagine. Let's check it real quick. Let's see here. Where are you at, gold? At least from where the data set is right now. We're talking about... Oh, 1.56%. Let's see what BTC is. 1.56. Might be a little more. You're about to find out. Here comes BTC. Telling you what, BTC breaks its daily range this time. Look out. Look the freak out. This thing might move down there real fast. Here, let me squash this down a little bit. There's, no, not there. Where is it? There you are. What did I say gold was? 1.56. And we're doing from where it's at right now. Yeah, BTC is about double that. 3%. Shit, BTC does 3% moves in its sleep. And it never sleeps, so go figure.
It throws tantrums. It doesn't sleep.
Yeah, it just throws tantrums like a little baby. Little baby looking for the nipple. Where's my nipple? I'm hungry. Just needs a retail trader. That's why retail traders are born of nipples.
And we said that, at the beginning of the stream, that Dixie was close to testing that monthly. Yeah, now it just tested. I think it's going to bounce right out of there. So I think if you're in a long position, in the traditional markets, I would leave. It's just my opinion.
Yeah. And the problem, too, if people, retailers trading a volatile asset like Bitcoin, I mean, you just got set up. You just played yourself. I mean, this thing already gave it all back up. And it's working to bust this daily range. You got the top of the weekly here, too. I don't think it's going to be a straight shot. It wouldn't shock me at all, though, man, if this thing drops today and tests this range today. I don't know about gold. Gold's really running with the dollar. I mean, look at BTC's pulling back with the dollar. Gold, exactly opposite. And you remember, gold before BTC was running against the dollar, and gold was running with it. We're seeing the different animal now. Yeah. How am I on Ethereum? I mean, you can see what ETH did on that little pump BTC did. ETH went to the top side of the 68.3. Now it's at the 1 SD to the downside. And there's the top of ETH's monthly, 1774. ETH is a lot closer. A lot closer. Like I said, just like Bitcoin, you got the top of the weekly above the top of the monthly, which is good, actually. Set it pretty bullish. I'd be a bit surprised to see a little bit of a break here at the 1 SD, considering it's a right above the top of the weekly. You might front run that at the 1 SD, pop this back up a little bit. Most cryptos, though, down, man. Except our world famous Solana. Oh, there you go. There's my $40 target. Got nailed. Jesus, Sol. Sol's on a mission, man. I'm telling you, Sol's doing something different. But boy, oh boy. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'll quickly say this, Boba. On my daily code, if it holds above this, I'm just going to be very polite and say maybe 39, 89. then it's definitely on its macro trend to the upside.
Let me look at this perfect move. Top side of the 68.3, right to the bottom side of the 68.3, right to the first resistance level on the daily, pulls back inside the 68.3, then runs to the 1 SD. Wick right to it. And now it is literally above. What the hell? Is that the third? Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, weekly too. Jesus.
Pretty much the
God.
same spot, yeah.
That's the top of the weekly range, right? We've been going through this all week. I don't know why I just got confused. Yeah, this thing, high probability, right? By the weekly close. We're a long way away. It's only Wednesday in Solana. What did I talk about day one? What was I talking about Monday? And we just did it. I was like, Solana, the VEPS are telling me Solana's going to run to the top of the weekly range and tap $40. There you go. What's the high today? Almost 41. Go Sol, man. Go Sol. Thing is very undervalued. That's why these dumbass YouTubers, that's right, I called them dumbasses. Sorry. Let me show you something. It blows my freaking mind. Let me put this on Sol. Now, where was I going with that? Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, what were they talking about? Bullshit. Oh yeah, they were saying Solana's got all the returns are back, right? From the FTX debacle. Well, here's the problem. Let's see here. I want to go on this chart. Yeah. I'm going to go on this chart. I'm going to throw this on daily. I'm going to turn off my little RMLRs, even though they're so pretty. I can leave the distribution levels on. Now I'm going to split my chart here. Let's do a little split chart. Let's have a little fun time, long time. Come on, GI. Get up there. Let's see. Where you at, Sol? Okay, we're on the daily. I'm going to move this up to what would be the easiest way to look at this thing. Probably just a weekly. Let's go to a weekly. Whoa. We're on Bitcoin. Weekly. Scale this down. Whoa. Scale this down a little bit. Relax, everybody relax. There we go. Now let's bring these babies in. Whee! Hello. Ah! Damn, sold off. Solana. When was the date of the FTX?
It's literally that big candle. It's like the doji candle that you see.
Vroom.
That one, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much that. That doji candle was the day.
Really? Was it November of 22?
I'll Google it for you, don't worry.
Yeah, Google it real quick. Because if so, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this dumbass has got one thing right.
It was November 22, yeah.
Wow.
When it dumped, yeah. November
Yeah,
20,
man.
November
All right.
2022.
All right. I was wrong. It has pulled back up to the pre-FTX. Because it was at what, 38.5 before it really dumped out to that low at $8 when I was screaming, buy. It was a great buy. So let me see here. Let me see. June 22. Yeah, it was November 22. October. Yeah, that's it right there. BTC went from what, 21 down to what, 15? Yeah, 15.5.
That was November 2022.
Yeah.
When it dumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Sol took the beat of it. Hey, man, good for Sol. Good for Solana. This thing is still, in my opinion, undervalued. It's good to see it back up here, though. Here was my point.
Yeah.
The last time BTC was at 34K was literally in May of 22.
Yep.
In May of 22, let's see here. Right there. Oh, yes. No. Yeah, it was up here. May of 22. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. April, May. Solana was like $140. It was at this top right here. It was over $100.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, man, this thing is still undervalued.
That's why I bought my JPEGs. Was the bottom of that green candle and the top of that green candle.
Right. Yeah, this thing is wow. So from the
Well, we're going
FTX
back.
dump, yeah,
Back to vengeance.
there we go.
Building the bear.
There we go. Spread this out. BTC, here she comes. And as far as the weekly, what'd I say? 33.4 is the top. What's it? Hey, Jesus. I was gonna say, the quantum computer took over my damn chart. What's the 1SD on the weekly? 32.9. 32, actually, it's 32.812. So it's about $600 below. 32.812. What's the bottom of the monthly, man? Hello, BTC. Waking up, baby. Come on. Spank them naughty bulls. They're over leveraged. Give them a good old spanking so they don't forget. What'd I say? 32.8. 32.8. Good Lord. This is a massive range, man. 32.1. So what about the bottom of the weekly? 32.6 area. Center of the weekly.
Yes,
33.2.
sir. Yes, sir. We got two untouched VRE weekly means sitting pretty much 33213. Dunzo.
Yep.
Center of the weekly. Hell, the top of the weekly hasn't even been tested. But I'm telling you, top of the monthly down here, I can see a wicker. I mean, did I even? I might even said this earlier. Center of the weekly. Looks like BTC is wanting some action today. And I'm telling you, there's some over leverage longs. If this thing drops into the weekly range, I bet you we start seeing some liquidations. I bet we're already seeing them because there's just too many degens in the crypto space.
Okay, pull it off.
Oh, I am. Let's see. 1 hour wrecked. Let's see. How many longs got wrecked here in the last hour? Yeah. 10 million.
Can you capture the liquidations by date? Like, so can you go back and look at after the pump, the people who entered after the pump up until today?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not on this chart. I don't think you can go
But
back and do
that
that.
would be really interesting because that would be saying that people saw the pump. Oh, I'm gonna go long into Bitcoin.
That's the way it always
They think
is.
it's gonna- yeah, I mean, but
That's why as a VEPS trader, we
Especially-
love cryptocurrency. Because damn, 99.7%, 99.999% of traders aren't using the VEPS. They're using lagging information. And so what are they doing? They're just looking to moves like this. They're trying to catch moves. There's probably people right now shorting it to 1SD to the downside. Bad idea. You should have already been in the damn short. Bad idea. I'm not saying this can't drop below the 1SD. I'm just saying that's profit taking. So they're entering, we're getting out of trades. It's the same almost every time. And people are news driven, just little freaks. I don't even look at the news. I mean, you could tell me something newsworthy with the markets right now, and I'll be like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm clueless. I have no idea. I just don't look at it. I don't care. We got the news station. Damn, trying to remember. What was that? WKRP in Cincinnati. Remember that damn fucking show way back when? Oh my God.
Younger, you got a question or something? What's up with the hands, bro?
Dude.
He's high-fiving.
No, he's asking questions.
Question. But I don't want to interrupt you.
You must, dude. Just pipe up.
Pipe it
I have
up.
a question. Carry on.
Carry on, soldier. Let's hear it.
Oh, if I was looking for like a reversal in Solana, not right now, in general, of the trend, what are the first thing I should look at?
There's a lot that goes
I mean,
into that
not
question.
a reversal on the 10 minutes, but a real reversal of the trend. Like something like 5-10%, something like that.
Man, there's a lot that goes into that question. That's why. I mean, I got
there's a
3
lot.
charts here. I got 3 charts I'm looking for confluence on everything. But the bottom line, what do you hear me talking about the most when I'm running down through my workflows? The divergences, right? The outliers on the entropy, or the outliers on the variance, and what's going on with the entropy. Are we still in trend? I mean, look at Solana. This thing's a beast. There's a very high probability by the close on, I mean, that we are at the high for literally the week but I don't put it past Soul, man. This thing's on a mission. I want to see these ranges get tested. This is the thing. BTC is already heading down. It can pop here off the 1SD, but at some point, these areas are going to get tested. And I do think because of the width of this weekly range that we're going to get into the meat of it. When you get those real tight weeklies, you usually bounce right off the top, reject off the bottom. When you get wide ones like this, it gives you a lot of good ranges, a lot of good areas. 33.2.
So Django, quick thing, to help your eyeball, what you can do is, you know, the outliers that we'll say on RO. There's like the top little band on RO. Then on DLP, there's like 3 levels. Then on the ALP, there's like 3 levels. So on the ALP, you're looking at the highest standard deviation, so +3 and -3. Now, when the oscillator gets to that outlier on the RO, for example, to the top side, you're going to look for like a VRE, a reverse wave trend. What else is there? Ultimate power means something that is correlating with that outlier event that's happening on your RO, for example. Okay, so if prices come up and the ROs hit its outlier event, and the outlier event is in line with a VRE level, then you'll know, okay, the candle won't continue up, or the price won't continue up, RO won't turn up until the candle is above the VRE. Then it will carry on with its outlier event. But if the candle doesn't close above the VRE, then it's confirming the outlier event. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but on which time frame? Because there are
any time frame, buddy. Any time frame, whichever one you feel most comfortable using.
Okay, but we can see some retracement. For example, the last retracement was, the red candle on Solana was from $38.82 till $37.86, and there was a little retracement. How can I know that it's not a little retracement, but a real trend inversion, like reverse?
I can't tell you how important it is to use this VRE in the 4-hour and daily distribution levels, because that's what the algos are running on. And then going on to the other charts, you got to know where the RMLRs are. You got to know what kind of divergence is building, what's happening with trend. I mean, there's so much that goes into like learning this. And then once you get all that down on one time frame, then you got to be able to start creating your workflow to really get a good idea. But look what the dollar just did. Dollar just tested top of its monthly. It's literally right here. Got a wick right too. But look what it did on the 4-hour. Dollar runs up, almost got to the 95.4 to the top side, then dumps out to the 95.4, perfect wick right to it, which tested that monthly. Now it's heading back up. Now it's back in the daily 68.3. Bitcoin follows the dollar down to where Bitcoin's at now. If the dollar since it's tested its monthly, it's already tested its weekly, tested its monthly. This thing decides to go and start ripping and closes up above 107 today, or at least starts moving. Say you close above the 1SD, you're going to see BTC down at that level. Especially if the dollar takes off now. It followed it to the downside. Bounced off that 1SD, if I remember correctly, on BTC. But now, if the dollar decides to take off, BTC is going to keep dumping. I mean, gold pulled back a little bit with that dollar, with the dollar picking it up here.
And didn't I say that move on the dollar was about done to the downside? It bounced right back up. Right?
Oh, yeah. Got a monthly range right there. And the 4-hour 95.4. There's literally right now on that last 4-hour candle. And look, I mean, it bounced right off the 95.4 and literally tried to run up and close inside the 68.3. Probabilities in play. And that happened right before the close. Now we got a new 4-hour candle. Since we do have a new 4-hour candle, I don't think we have one on gold, do we? Do we got a new 4-hour? No, we do not. We just got it at whatever. Did we just get it at 11? No. In this 4-hour. Hold on here. Yeah, an hour ago. On gold. I'm telling you, man. Look for that 9. It's not that far. Gold could go down here real quick. Jesus. Well, that is life. People falling like flies, man. Goodness gracious. Anyway, let me get back to this. But we're over time. Perfect timing too. This just shocked me out. I got some issues going on. Got somebody sick. Yeah, let's pick this back up tomorrow. But no, we got these monthly levels that need to be tested. And considering what Dixie just did, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Dixie ends up closing. Now that it has tested that, this thing could pop up and close above 107. If it does that, man, if Dixie makes another run at this 1SD, I could see these pullbacks happen. I could see, Bitcoin bears do it. They take the elevator. One 15-minute candle could drop $1,000. Test that, and probably suck it up and end up as a bullish hammer or something crazy. BTC's on a mission. Crypto in general. Jesus. Powerhouse. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, I know you're about on time here, but I'd also like to I'm going to probably gauge over the next week
God,
or so.
Solana. Jesus
Almost
Christ.
10-year yield, right, versus Dixie.
This thing got no chill, bro. Jesus. Solana just ran a wick almost to the daily 95.4. Whee! We'll leave it at that. Remember that little, what is that, a Geico commercial? Got the little pig out the window with his pinwheel? That's me right now. Whee! Pullback's going to be even harder. But yeah, guys, thanks for all the support in the Discord. You guys are great. Here every day. Same with TradingView. If you're watching this for the first time or for the 100th time and you have not joined the Discord yet, links in the description. Come in, open a support ticket, request a Volatility starter pack. You'll get access to that, the public chat, and some educational channels to go along with that, the indicators that you will receive for free, I might add. And you will not find any affiliate links. The smart people, you go to these crypto YouTubers, and they're literally giving you analysis using traditional TA. They're selling traditional TA indicator packages, and then they have about 100 different affiliate links. Guys, wake up. Good God, man. You really think these guys are trading? Especially as much as they say they are con artists. They are the modern day snake oil salesmen. So watch out for them. We're here doing this for free every day for you guys, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wherever you live at on this big, beautiful blue marble, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. And don't forget, we got the African crypto warlord. All right? We got him here too. So look out. We'll put him on a flight, send him right to you.
Much love.
Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Cheers, dude. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.